Yes, you're going to break even if you try to trade a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio and you only have a 50% win rate. But this is actually a great thing, and it's because most people lose money to begin with. So if you're just literally entering random buys and sells with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, and 50% of the time it hits the profit target and 50% of the time it hits the stop loss, you are break even net of fees and commissions, which are very low if you're trading Forex. If you're new to my channel, I'm just some bald guy who's been trading for 9 years who likes to yell in these YouTube videos. Welcome in. I'm super happy you're able to meet us here with this super great green screen video of me sitting here in my green screen apartment yelling at you about why 50% win rates are not that bad. We're going to go ahead and get right into the video. And here's what I'm going to show you here in this video. That way you can decide whether or not you just want to click away and just go away or whether or not you want to stay. Here's what I'm going to cover. I'm going to show you that with a 50% win rate and a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you can get ahead of 90% of traders. Now, you're not going to be profitable. You're probably going to just break even. But then I'm also going to show you how to take that win rate from 50% up to a little bit higher, maybe something like 60%, 55, 60%, 65%, or if you can get even more, that's crazy. You're a better trader than me, and I've been trading for almost a decade. But I'm going to show you all that here in this video. And if you literally want to follow this analysis, that like the stuff that I'm teaching you here in this video, if you just want to follow me doing it in real time for free, you can join my free Telegram channel. It's the first link in the description. I've been running that channel for like the past 6 years since I started getting profitable trading. It was like about a year after I got profitable trading. I started it in the summer of 2018, and I've just been sharing everything in there, like posting all my results. I don't post live trades in there. I post my analysis, and then I post the recaps of the live trades that I take in my paid group because I have to make money doing this somehow, since I no longer sell courses or anything else except just a subscription where people can follow my trades live. But I'll teach you literally everything else for free in this video. So let's go ahead and get into it right here. We're going to go to the charts, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to some random pair. Let's use the 1 hour time frame. In fact, we just really need a super random pair here. So let's go to the random number generator, one of my favorite things in the history of humanity that was ever invented. This random number generator trades like so much better than me. Like, oh my God, like I trade so horribly compared to this. So we got number 2. So that's going to be AUD CAD, AUD USD. It just so happened to be the exact pair I was already on. So if we're going to go to AUD USD, I'm going to hit replay, and we're going to go back to a random bar. Now, this is just me screwing around on the TradingView replay thing to just give you like the basic fundamental concept here, okay? You shouldn't go and do this. Trading is risky. Most people lose money. You probably already understand this. 90% of people lose money. I'm just showing you this in the replay tool because it's an easy way to teach. TradingView replay has extreme limitations. That's why I just trade live, because that's the only way you'll know if someone's profitable or not. Go follow my free Telegram channel or subscribe to my little Discord thing wherever I call my live trades. This replay tool thing is just to give you the concept. That's it. Remember that. Keep that in mind. So we're back here in April of 2020. So this is right after the huge market crash thing happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy and sell. We're going to buy here. We're going to drag a stop loss. Let's drag it to $1,000 risk. Then we'll drag the profit target to $1,000 of profit. I'm going to tighten this up just so we can make it go quicker, so that I can show you like literally entering randomly how you can be ahead of 90% of Forex traders. So we're going to have $500 risk, $500 profit. So that was the buy. The next trade we'll do a sell. And again, I'm entering randomly, meaning I'm just alternating between buys and sells, setting a $500 take profit and a $500 stop loss. So that was a stop out. The next trade will be a buy, and this will be a $500 stop loss for a $500 potential profit target. It's going to be super sweet with our super amazing strategy. Wow, I can't believe that one actually worked. So that was a buy. The next one will be a sell. We'll go sell with a stop loss of $500, take profit of $500. And then once this hits either the stop or the target, the next one will be a buy. All right, so I bought $500 stop, $500 target. That one hits the profit target. Now we're going to sell. And this sell is a $500 stop loss with a $500 target. It is super hilarious how this is just literally random entries. So that was a buy down there. this is a sell. So we're going to buy this time with a $500 stop loss and a $500 target. And again, this is just equidistant stop loss. Random buys and sells with the exact same lot size, exact same dollar amount risk, exact same pip distance, like pretty much every single time. So that was a buy. So this next one will be a sell with a $500 stop loss and a $500 target. Now, you'll notice we've won the last 4 trades. This literally proves my point perfectly. Even with without even having a strategy, right? You blindfolded yourself and you're telling your dog doesn't even know how to trade. You're telling your dog, go in. Okay, just buy. Let's just buy. Buy. Put the stop loss there, the target there. Your dog probably can't do this, so you probably have to, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or a spouse or anything, like you may have to just have them do it, even though they have no idea what trading is. Blindfold yourself, blindfold them, blindfold your whole family, make everybody enter random trades in your trading account. Boom, $2,000. Not financial advice. But this goes to show that you're going to have multiple winning trades in a row and multiple losing trades in a row. It's unforgiving that I just so happen to just be entering trades randomly and now there's a $2,000 profit. But let's continue through. The last one was a sell, and we're going to keep going. A lot of people, when they get on win streaks, they think, oh, I'm doing something right. I've had a win streak or whatever. You are not going to know whether or not you're profitable with a whole year of data is probably like the minimum you'll need to determine whether or not you're profitable. You won't know you're profitable with a couple trades. You won't know you're profitable with like a couple weeks of data, a couple months of data. You won't know you're profitable until you start getting out to like 6 months, but I would just say a year. If you're able to consistently trade for like a whole year and still be profitable, that's amazing. So now you see like we've lost the last 2 trades. That's a sell. So we're going to buy here, stop loss down here, and take profit up here. That goes and hits the stop loss. So now we're going to sell here with the stop loss up here and then a take profit down here. And you'll notice we've lost the last 3 trades. And now we've lost the last 4 trades. So this is what I'm saying is you'll have multiple winning trades in a row and multiple losing trades in a row. But if you look, we've done like over 10 trades now, or we've done at least 10 trades, and it's now sitting to just $500 profit after the last few trades. So given this win rate, the win rate is about 50%. If we were to continue doing this for like, let's say like 100 trades, after about 100 trades, you'd probably start being able to see that win rate gets closer and closer to 50. If you get it to like 1,000 trades, you would have like almost exactly like within plus or minus 1% of a 50% win rate. This, with this few small sample set of trades, is we were able to have a 53% win rate. But again, this means nothing. We were buying and selling randomly. Now, how do you get a win rate that's higher? You have to have an edge. Now, what is an edge? An edge just means you can predict where price is going a little more than half the time. That's all that is if you're using a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If you're doing something else fancy with the risk structure, like using DCA, using grid trading, DCA means dollar cost averaging. Go look it up. By the way, is it just free? You can look it up for free on Google. It's a very common trading approach, just adding to losing trades with a properly managed risk structure. You can use hedging, you can use stop losses, you can use all this different shit to trade with, right? There's so many different things that you can do. If you want to be a person who has an edge in trading, the only way you develop that edge is through experience. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to demonstrate my experience here. Let's hope this backtest thing goes really well. But I'm going to show you how my experience comes into play to help me get like at least a 60% win rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to go take a few trades. I'm going to try to take, I don't know if we'll get 10 trading opportunities, but we'll try it. Okay, we're going to take a few trades. And as long as I can win a little bit more than I lose with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, this means you take yourself from being a break-even trader to a profitable trader. And this is the beauty with this whole approach, is that if you just go and like test out entering random trades on your own with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you notice that after 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 trades, you're going to have roughly a 50% win rate, and you're going to roughly break even long term, even though you'll get win streaks where now the account's up like 5 units of gain. But then you'll have a losing streak. We wipe out 4 units of loss, and then it all just goes back and forth. With an edge, that will still happen. You're still going to have multiple winning trades in a row, multiple losing trades in a row. But if you have an edge that is able to help you win a little bit more than 50% of the time, then this edge allows you to be profitable. So let's go pick another random pair. Pair number 4. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Euro USD, another USD pair. Let's we're gonna go back here to a random time. This is gonna be a random bar. That's in 2018, and that's some sketchy price action. What is going on here? Why is this doing this? Okay, this is. I'm gonna go to like the 4-hour time frame. This looks really, really weird. Yeah, let's go. Let's get out of the replay mode and try this again. That was some really sketchy price action. Where are we at here? 2019. This looks fine. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to wait until I think a setup is good, and I'm going to enter, and I'm going to use a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. And the whole goal here is just to win more than 50% of trades. I'm going to show you. So if price goes down and makes another lower low, then I will buy. That didn't happen, so there's nothing here. Okay, so now if price can have a little bit of a pullback and then make another quick lower low, then I will buy. There was no lower low. There was no trade here. I don't see one. Oftentimes when it comes down to like getting trades that fit your edge, it just requires a lot of patience, right? Because most opportunities you're like, okay, I could take that and I might take that. But just because you see an opportunity doesn't mean it's always worth taking. You don't want your win rate to stay at 50% if you're just using a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. If you use different risk reward ratios, but you have no edge, roughly the same stats come into play. You could do 5 units of risk to 1 unit of potential gain, and you might have an 80% win rate, right? But you're still going to break even because you win 4 trades and then you lose the 5th one, right? So it's an 80% win rate. And that loss is going to knock out all of your wins. So it becomes one of these things where you break even no matter what risk reward ratio you're using unless you have an edge, okay? That's not to say you can't use different risk structures to profit even without an edge, because something like grid trading, DCA trading under the right risk settings works even without an edge, right? And that's still a component of my trading that I use to this day that I've been doing for like the past 2.5 years. But a lot of this just requires a lot of patience. You'll see there's multiple times that I didn't take a trading opportunity because I was just waiting to see if something better would set up. I'll also point out that this is just one pair on one time frame. You have 24 FX majors and minors to trade with. You're not only going to be trading for one pair. Again, the limitations of backtesting. So just going to keep waiting on a trade. What I'm essentially waiting for is the market to go really far in one direction. The way that I trade is primarily based off of a concept called mean reversion. It's a fancy way of saying, hey, if price goes really far in one direction, it's likely to have a reversal. Now, the exact specifics, there's none, right? There's no magic. There's no exact set of rules, that I'm hiding from you that like, these are my trading rules and I want to protect it like my social security number because I can't let the banks figure out what my trading rules are. And by the way, if anybody's telling you some trash like that here on YouTube, they're saying like, no, those are my secret trading rules and I can't give them out publicly because this and that. It's just stupid. In a market like Forex trading, whenever we're retail traders, like people like you and me make up 5% of the liquidity, meaning all the money traded in the Forex market every day, right? It's over a $5 trillion per day market. You and me, these two little measly people, this bald guy yelling at you on YouTube, and you sitting naked on the toilet right now. I'm just kidding. If that's actually you, please forgive me. I'm sorry. You're welcome to watch the video anyway. But if this is all the case, you and I make up 5% of the liquidity in the Forex market. 95% of the volume traded in the Forex market is by banks, hedge funds, institutions, trading firms, prop firms. It is all those different things. And when I say prop firms, oh my God, I do not mean these stupid retail challenge firms. Those are stupid. Paying a fee to get the evaluation, to maybe get a funded demo account to trade. I have a whole video on why I hate prop firms. Don't use prop firms. But with all the liquidity in the Forex market, you and I only make up a tiny fraction of a percentage of it. Nobody cares about your strategy. Your strategy is not making billions of dollars like hedge funds are. your strategy might make you a couple $1,000,000 per year in general. And then you might start a fund, or you might just become very well capitalized. Or maybe you sold your company for 100 million. You're gonna gamble it all away in the Forex market. You're gonna put like $25 million in the Forex market, make millions per year. All that's normal. If someone is scared of telling you what their edge is, I don't really know what to say. Because like if not their edge, but if someone is scared of telling you what their trading rules are, then I don't really know what to say, because like your trading rules are just this arbitrary things that you come up with that help you kind of give yourself a narrative and a story you're telling yourself about why you're taking a trade. Honestly, you don't even really need that. You can look at a chart and say, I think it's going to go up, or I think it's going to go down, right? And 99% of the time, you're going to look at a chart and you're not going to say anything, right? You're going to look at it, you're like, I don't know. I'm going to wait first to see if it goes down here, then I might buy, right? Or I'm going to wait for it to go up here and then I might sell. And then you're kind of going to look at it and you're going to use your experience to make those decisions. Using something that is too heavily rules-based is just likely to break even over time, because it doesn't really provide an edge. Otherwise, you have thousands of videos here on YouTube of people teaching you stupid moving average strategies. The moving average crossover and the 3 bullish candle bars, you buy with a stop underneath the low of the candle and a target of a 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio, but you're still failing. You know why? This is clearly not the strategy. It's clearly some sort of discretion involved. You only get that discretion with experience. Take it from me. I tried those strategies for like over a year and I was failing at Forex trading. I didn't get profitable till like a year and a half. I didn't get what I would call comfortably profitable, where I can slap the label of profitable trader on it, until like about 2 years into my trading journey. It's because I started in March of 2016. I wouldn't have considered myself like really, actually, like probably long-term profitable until like beginning of 2018. So it's one of these things where it's like, the only thing that's going to make you profitable is experience. So just don't worry about the trading rules. Just get experience. That's why you see me like not doing anything magical here with any trading rules or anything. I'm just here, watching the chart, waiting until I see something that my brain recognizes as a tradable opportunity. So now we're getting here into a place where I might look to buy, and I'm going to wait for a little bit more price action to develop. Okay. So I'm going to buy right here. I'm going to put a stop there, a target here. So I'm just going to look at this now. So let's see. Okay, cool. So let's do like 5K risk per trade. So 4,900 to make like 4,900. So it's like 5K to risking 5K to make 5K potentially. So now this stopped out. Now what I'll do is, since it went down here and made a new low, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for some price action. Oh, this is during the freaking pandemic crash. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have even been trading during all that. This is another tradable opportunity. I'm going to take this, use a stop loss here. Actually, probably give it a little bit more distance than that. This trade will essentially just be back to make what was lost on the previous trade. So this is 5K to potentially make 5K. So that wins. So we're sitting roughly break even on the account right now. Now I'm going to wait for another trade to occur. So we've taken 2 trades, and right now it's a 50% win rate. I'm going to skip through all this pandemic stuff because this was all crazy. So let me wait till we get to towards maybe the second week or the end of March, because none of this is really reflective. Okay, so we're at the end of March now. So now I'm going to start looking for trading opportunities again. This was during the pandemic crash / spike, depending on which way you look at it. A lot of patience required, right? This is from March, April. We're coming into May. It's just been going sideways. Okay, so now we might be getting an opportunity soon. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a sell here. So sell here, the stop loss above here. Going to take profit down here. Let's see, it's 2K, so 2K to risk 2K. And this, I can't really make, actually I can make it 5K. Let's do 50,000. All right, it's 5K risk to make 5K. So at this point, if we're this is back testing, right? Real life, I'd already be out of this trade. I'd probably just close it because it's just been going sideways. It's around break even. In back testing, I'm just going to go to let the stats play out. However, in real life, discretionary choices like this come where you're like, this has been ranging for like 2 weeks. It's probably not going to be really easy for this trade to work out. I should probably just get out of it. But what I'm going to do is just so we can actually show the stats in the replay mode, I'm just going to let all these trades play out. They're either going to hit the stop loss or the target. Just know a portion of my edge, a big portion comes from using discretion to close trades early if I don't think they're going to work out. So this one hit the stop loss. Wait for the, okay, yeah. So this is another tradable opportunity for me. So I would take this trade. 1,000 to make 1,000. Or sorry, 5,000 to make 5,000. Can I distance this a little bit? Yeah, I could probably just tighten that up. Just yeah, this would still work. So now we have a 2-trade losing streak. Now consider this. It's very important that you have to understand this. And it's a good thing this happened so I can demonstrate it. Even in random chance, right? Where we were just essentially flipping a coin and it was 50-50. There was a 4-trade win streak in there. Remember that? And then followed immediately after that by, I think it was a loss and a win, and then like a 4-trade losing streak. Even with a profitable system, right? Even if your win rate's like 60%, even like 70%, you will still lose multiple trades in a row. This is the only reason for risk management if you're using a stop loss and risking a set dollar amount per trade, like a percentage of your account. Maybe that's 1% of your account. Maybe that's 10% of your account, whatever it is. You need to make sure that after you've gotten enough of your stats and you kind of know what your average losing streak is, your average losing streak could be, for example, 3 trades, right? On average, that's like your average acceptable losing streak is like 3 trades. You can also look at worst case scenario, like what are the outliers? You may lose 6 or 7 trades or more in a row sometimes. There's been times I've lost like over 10 trades in a row. Like it makes you feel like a complete idiot. But again, this is perfectly normal. You could go through a trading period where there's like 2 or 3 months and you just end up like roughly like breaking even or like losing a little bit, or you only make a little bit and your system doesn't perform well. There's been trading approaches where things have been programmed into EAs, meaning algorithms that are tradable, that have the exact same simple rules, like, right, buy at round numbers with a 50 pip stop and a 50 pip take profit. And then in 1 year, they'll return something crazy like ADR from one of the stats that I looked at. You run that same back test the very next year of data, and then it breaks even. How do you explain this, right? You could have a trader sitting there like delusionally thinking like, okay, this system's really, really profitable, but it could just be having a really good year. You could also think that the system is not profitable, even though it is profitable long term, and it just was going through a shitty period of market conditions. This is why so many people just throw in the towel and give up, right? They just keep losing, and they're like, okay, this isn't working. I'm just going to give up. And so after a couple months, they're like, the strategy's not working. I'm going to go do something else. I have continued to adapt my approach over the years because I've had to. The only constant is change. And I don't say that as some like little like some sort of a like axiom of, oh, okay, you just only constants change. Remember that. I say that like practically speaking, like trading a pandemic market environment for those 2 weeks when price was crashing and going insane, that is a different environment than trading like the last week of December, right? You only learn this with experience. A lot of new traders coming into the game don't understand this at all. They will see like 3 months of performance of a trading approach or someone's strategy or their own strategy they're working on, and then it seems to work amazing, and they'll see the next 3 months seem to work very bad, like it loses money or it breaks even or something like that. And with this being said, a lot of people don't stick it out long enough to really actually give it a chance to sort of like play its course, so that way they can see what the actual results are. Again, you need to be profitable for at least a year before you can even comfortably slap the tag of like probably consistently profitable over that case. And everyone defines it differently. I just want you to know multiple trades in a row winning is going to happen, and you're going to feel like a god, and it's going to be really cool. But multiple losing trades in a row is also going to happen. And when you have multiple losing trades in a row, it makes you question a lot of things. It makes you question reality. And again, this is in a perfectly normal functioning system. A lot of people, like for instance, like over the past like 6 years, I've had huge win streaks and huge losing streaks, right? And I've just publicly documented everything live in my Telegram channel because I realized back in 2018 how much BS there was in this trading industry. There are so many things that can be faked. The only thing you can't manipulate or faked is like time-stamped live trading. That's why it's the only thing I've bothered to do over these past few years. You can see in there, I go on huge win streaks and huge losing streaks, right? And as long as you make a little bit more than you lose over the course of like a year-to-year basis, then everything's fine. That's important. Keep that in mind whenever you're on your next losing streak. Where are we at here? September of 2020. 2020 was a good year. 2022 was my best trading year ever, and 2020 was probably the second best year ever. I wish there were just like endless trades, like immediately, instantly, right? We could trade like the random number generator, just always entering a trade no matter what. But unfortunately, like if you're relying on your win rate as your edge, you have to wait for good trading opportunities. So it could be this whole period of time from September to November where you don't even take a trade on Euro USD because there's no tradable opportunities there. I need this to spike up to another higher high real quick. Yeah, a lot of rangy stuff. We're in February of 2021. 2021 was not really the best trading year either. I had a good year the last half of the year 2017. I didn't make much money because I was trading with such small capital. 2017 was decent for what it was. Like it was my year that I got profitable around the summer of 2017. And I made a little bit, a couple $1,000s a month, a couple $100 a week here and there, blow a few accounts here and there. And then 2018 was a good year. I didn't make a ton just because I didn't have a lot of capital. 2019 and 2020 is where it started to get crazy. Like the last half of 2019, 2020 was insanity. Okay, let me zoom in here. 2021 was decent, and 2021 was okay. It wasn't really that amazing. And then 2022 was so amazing. That was my best year. I had a profit every single month in 2022. It was my best month, my best year to date ever. Okay, so this is a trade. I'm gonna wait to see if it can spike up again. So this is a tradable opportunity. I'm gonna enter there, take profit here, and a stop loss up here. And this will be about $5,000 of risk for $5,000 of potential profit. 2022 was a great year. 2023 was okay. Wasn't great. This year was not great at all. I think I'm up like maybe $40,000 on the entire year. I blew an account at the beginning of the year. I grew an account, or I think it was the other way around. I grew an account to the end of 2023 that carried into 2021, or that carried into the beginning of this year. And then I'm watching this at the same time. I'm still talking so that way you guys don't get bored. What the fuck is going on here? 2021. Okay. So I was like roughly break even till March. Then March I went on a huge win streak. This is all documented in my live trading Discord group. 180K of profits. And then we come back to like as we get towards the end of this year where I'm sitting like I was up and down, went on win streaks, went on losing streaks, all back and forth. And I've lost like 136K. So I think I'm up like 44, like it's pretty much 180 minus 136. That's what the P&L shows. So, but it was still a profitable year. I mean, shit, like I'm not complaining. If I just have a year where I don't lose money, like that's amazing. I'm ahead of like 90% of traders by just not losing money. Just like if you just take random buys and sells with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you're ahead of 90% of traders. If you can make money, like imagine if you have a job already, right? And let's say that you make like 100K a year from your job. Supplementing your income with an additional like $40,000 from, just Forex trading, like, on some accounts that you had. That's nothing to sniff at, as they say. That's pretty good. because most people come out like through the end of the year with nothing. I've had amazing years and I've had bad years. But I guess nothing's really truly bad because you learn. 2016 was horrible. 2016 was the year I was like jumping around doing all sorts of different trading strategies and like had shiny object syndrome. Okay, so I'm going to buy here. Put the stop loss here and target up here. I'm going to add until we get to 5K of risk. This is kind of, I think the risk structure is a little bit screwed up because I've had to move the TP up, but we'll still just run it and let it play out. That would have hit the target much earlier. It still ended up hitting the target here, but it would have hit it earlier because the trading view replay thing got screwed up, but still it works. So again, there was what was it? It was a win, a loss, whatever. Then I had 2 losses, and now I've had 2 wins. So now currently the system is break even, sitting on it. There's been a couple trades. We'll go back and we'll look at how many trades there was, and then we'll see what the win rate was, and we'll just kind of play it forward. Due to very obvious limitations, I'm not going to be doing 100 trades right now. I'm doing this as a proof of concept just to show you. Okay, so you could always say, even if I do 10 trades, you can say, well, you should have done 20. Then I do 20. You say, well, you should have done 50, because 20 really, you can't really know. You do 50 and you're like, you really should do 100 minimum. And that's kind of what I think personally as well. You should really do 100 minimum. But eventually, regardless of how many trades I do right here on this replay thing, I want you to know, you could always say, oh, you should have done more. You really should have done more, Nick. But this video would be 8 hours long. I don't want to keep you here for 8 hours. I just want to show you this proof of concept so that you know you can break even entering buys and sells randomly. And then if you have a slight edge, then you can win a little bit more. Okay, this looks good to me. I'm just going to have a little bit wider of a target than usual to account for the volatility. It looks like this had a lot of volatility here. And this will be a 5K risk to go for 5K. So this is another good tradable opportunity here. So I'm going to re-enter this. I like whenever the moves happen really quick. It makes it easier to enter. So that is roughly the same. So this is a 5K risk, I guess here. 5K risk to make potentially 5K. So it's gone something like win, lose, lose, win, win, lose, win. I can't remember exactly. We'll check it here at the end. How many trades do you need for an edge to start showing? I think like 100. But again, like you're not gonna like get 100 trades. Like you'd have to have a lot of patience sitting here in the trading view replay thing for that long. You can't automate something like this either. It's all discretion. All right, another quick leg down, then I'll buy. That didn't happen. If we can have a pullback and then another spike up, that would be a good sell. A lower low, and then I would buy. A little bit lower. This looks like there was too much ranging. Here we go. Okay, so it looks like the thing got screwed up again. Let me just add here, because it's like I entered and then it just moved it. Okay, so we'll do this 5,000, do this TP of 5,000 up here, and then call it a day. So this is some sort of an anomaly. March of 2022. I wonder what was going on there. However, let me see the bigger. Yeah, this is another tradable opportunity though. So I'll just take this one. That one, I think I set the target a little too close. we're still sitting at roughly break even right here. So this is probably, if not already 10 trades, this is really close to 10 trades. You can still see it's still sitting at break even. That's why you need enough trades for the edge to play out. I'm going to keep on going so that way you can just keep seeing everything. This video is unedited, right? There's no cuts, there's no edits, there's no, I don't know, stupid editing to make it more engaging. If you're still watching this video, you're a person who has like got a little bit better of an attention span, in my opinion, than most people these days, which is good. I don't want people to keep watching these videos if they don't want to watch them, but you're still here. Okay, so I think this will be good. Let me see how the next few candles. Okay, cool. So I will buy right here, stop here. We can get a good profit target. Let me just set it for right here. Set all this up. Okay, cool. So about 4,000. Here, we'll just distance these out a little bit just to give it the thing. There's another tradable opportunity literally right here. As it came down, this one barely missed the stop. If that stops out, then I'm just going to re-enter. See, that one would have worked out really nice. Instead, we had to stay in the original one to get the profit target. Let's see if this can go down. Let's see if we can get... Okay, sweet. So now I'm going to wait for this bear run to kind of slow down. And then when it looks like it's over, I will be taking a buy. Yeah, this is getting to that point. I think this is good enough. A more realistic back test would be me like showing you where I'd close early, because then you can scratch out of a lot of trades at like break even or like small loss or something. 5,003. Yeah, this is fine. So that was another tradable opportunity. As soon as it was there, I'm going to enter up. This is a horrible entry because normally if like it stopped out down there, the best entry is down here as it was making the new low. But it is another tradable opportunity. I'm going to do 1,000. And just to get our P&L back to where it was, I'm going to do, because it's 424, we should be at break even here. If this wins here, I'll set it for 5,400. And we'll do an equidistant stop loss. This would have already hit the target if the entry would have been good, but the entry wasn't due to the limits of trading view replay. Oh my God, this is so stupid. Okay, the entry would have been lower. This would have been out way quicker. This looks like all of July and part of August. So like, like maybe like a month for that trade to play out. Realistic situations, right? A lot of trades are going to be closed earlier. A lot of trades are going to be like, maybe you scale some out, scale some in, risking a little bit different amounts on each one, like risking a little bit smaller, risking a little bit bigger, depending on the context. Again, this is just to show you the edge. That's it. Okay, this is good. Let's see if it can make a new low. It doesn't look like it's trying to make. Doesn't look like it's trying to make a new low. I'm gonna enter there. Ooh, the risk reward structure is not really that great on this one because of the entry. It's still a tradable opportunity. If this makes the new low, then I can just re-enter because another lower low, as long as it happens really quickly, another lower low will be another good trading opportunity. I could just re-enter. Narrowly missed the target. Looks like it's going to stop now. Okay, that hits the profit target, then it reverts back around. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Let's go ahead and hit the thing. I just want to see. Okay, win rate was 57%, right? If you just have a win rate that's slightly bigger than 50%, that's all that matters. Now, could this have just been like a win streak, right? There's like a 2 trade win streak or whatever it happened to be, and the account's at like, 10K profit, right? So it's like roughly 2R if you're risking $5,000 per trade. That's like 2 units of reward, right? So it ends in what, 10K? Yeah, so 9,800. So pretty much 10K. Like there's a little bit of stuff that was off because of the trading view thing, but roughly 10K, right? If you're risking exactly 5,000 to make exactly 5,000 net of fees and commissions, which are going to be really small if you're trading Forex with a Forex broker. Even if you use like me, like I'm using Forex.com as my broker, the fees are so negligent. It's not something to worry about. Even swap fees too. Swaps are not that big of a deal, especially if you're risking 5K per trade, right? One trade that wins will cover all your swap fees and commissions and everything for a whole year. I believe. Might be a little bit wrong because there's nuance here, but you get the point. All I'm saying is that fees and commissions and swaps don't matter in the grand scheme of things if you have a net profitable approach. So right here, we have a situation where you could say, okay, Nick, you should have done 20 trades. Your system would have broke even. You should have done 30 trades. Your system would have broken even. You should have done 50, 100 trades. It would have broken even. Here it shows it has a 57% win rate. Now, the next 2 trades after this could have been losses that completely just wipes out the profit that was just made, right? So it's like 10K profit. However, the next 2 trades could have also been wins. Then the account gets to like 20K, right, in profit. Then the next trade maybe is a loss, and it goes back down to 15K. And then the next trade's a win, it gets to 20K. And there's a 2-trade losing streak that gets the account back down to 10K of profit, which is where it's at now. And there's another win streak where the account gets to 20K. And then the edge starts to play out the further along you go in the data set, or data set, however you say data. I say it, I think I like data better. Data sounds too much like dada, like daddy. This data set is my daddy. So we'll call it data now. The further you go in the set of data, 10 trades, 20 trades, 50 trades, 100 trades, your edge will start to show if you have one. Now, again, this can be something as silly as like after 9 years of trading, I have come to the point of being like a living meme where I just am like, yep, there we go. That's the trade. Looks like it's going to go up. I'm going to buy. There's no rules. There's no quote unquote strategy, because even if you have a strategy and trading rules that you tell yourself, which I would consider delusional to begin with, this is just everything I've seen, getting experience, having taught thousands of people. The more experience you get to the point where you're looking at that criteria and you are the one that is dissecting that and interpreting that and using your discretion to pick and choose which trades fit that quote unquote criteria. It's all discretionary, right? Even if you give the trading rules to 10 different people, 10 different people all might find like similar trades, right? But not everyone's going to get the same exact trades. People are going to be taking all sorts of different stuff. And then you'll say, well, look, we gave them the rules, but they just didn't do the rules right. And then it becomes this endless cycle where you're being told by all these stupid idiots here on YouTube. By stupid idiots, I just mean like people on YouTube that probably aren't profitable trading, that probably shouldn't be teaching, that are just teaching for other obvious reasons, like to make money from their audience. What I am saying is it becomes a thing where you say like, I have a strategy and it works for me, but like I gave it to you. And then you see, you're just not implementing it properly. You see, like that trade you took over there, I would have never taken that trade, even if you are profitable and you're still living in the delusional mindset that your strategy is what makes you profitable and not your intuition and not your discretion and not your subjective judgment and discernment of the price action and everything. If you're still convinced it's the trading strategy and trading rules, I don't know what to tell you. Cool. At least you're profitable. That's great. However, you probably notice if you've watched this video this long that it doesn't really come down to trading rules, right? I showed you we can literally just enter randomly and the system will break even with win streaks, right? The best win streak for that previous one was 5. Was it? Yeah, it was 5 trades in a row, right? The account got to 2,500. No, I'm sorry. No. The account did get to 2,500 at one point, but there was a 4-trade win streak because it was like something, the $500 profit, and there was a loss. Then there was a 4-trade win streak. Then after that, a 4-trade losing streak, which wiped it all out and reset it to $500 profit. When you're doing this, all I'm saying, this whole point of this video is you're going to break even if you have a 50% win rate entering randomly with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. And I'm just saying that's not so bad, because from that, you can then build a little edge into it. Meaning like if you could just enter randomly, but then you start being like, well, let me just wait a little bit. If it comes down to here, then maybe I'll enter there. You start to learn through experience all these little nuances. And if you can get an edge that is even just slightly above 50%, like I said at the beginning of this video, like 55 to 65% is great. This one right here, 57%. I wonder what it would be if we had kept going, right? Even further. If we keep going into like 20 trades, 30 trades, 50 trades, 100 trades, if you guys would be willing to sit here for that long, for like the next like 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours, then maybe the edge will work out to be 55%, or maybe it'll be 60%, or maybe it'll be 65%. All I'm saying is, given an edge and given enough trades, the edge will play out and manifest itself. This is why you cannot look at 1 week of data or 1 month of data or even a couple months of data. That may sound insane to a lot of people, but what I'm saying is not only is that true, but it's actually even worse. You could go through a whole year of data and see, oh shit, the system is barely profitable. What does that mean? Does that mean your trading approach doesn't work? Does that mean you're a horrible trader? Does that mean that it's just no longer working? You should just abandon it? All these questions are things that you only solve with experience. I will say again, the only constant is change. I do believe that you should continue to kind of update your system based on what's going on in the market. I know that is a very broad umbrella statement that covers a lot of different things. But what I'm saying is, look at what's going on in the market, use all the experience you've accumulated up to that point of the decision, and just kind of factor it all in. And usually what's going to happen is you won't have to go down this mental checklist of logical and rational arguments for trades. It will manifest itself as a feeling you get, right? You'll be looking at the chart, you'll be thinking like, I can't put my finger on why I don't think this is a good trade, but I just don't feel like it's the right time to enter. And nobody around you will understand. Everyone around you will say, you're stupid, you're just gambling, you're stupid. But like you personally will know, I'm going to trust my gut on this one. You're listening to your intuition that is recognizing all these different micro things that are happening that then generate as, this is not a good trade, we should probably stay away from this, right? It's just like your intuition, your discretion. And then you'll have other trades where you're like, oh, this is great. This is a great trade, easy. You guys saw that happening right here, like when I was doing the replay thing. You saw when I would be like, no, okay, this is a trade. Even though I had literally just lost one, I'd be like, no, this is a tradable opportunity here as well. And I would immediately re-enter, right? I would immediately enter without any thought, without any like mental gymnastics or like trying to say, well, the support level's here and the Fibonacci extension went all the way down to here. This is probably the 618 extension. So I could enter here and there's going to be a bounce here back to the 1.0 of the Fibonacci of the origination point. Like there was no mental gymnastics, right? It was just me looking at it and like, no, yeah, this is a good trading opportunity. The types of trades that are probably the best for you to take after you get enough experience are usually the ones that you know within a few seconds. Like, oh yeah, this is good, right? Your brain just instantly recognizes it. And it recognizes it. And if your brain can start recognizing it, even a win rate that's just barely above 50% with just a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, just a little bit above a 50% win rate, that can make you so much money. I cannot guarantee you anything. I'm not guaranteeing you're gonna win at trading or succeed or be prosperous long term. What I am actually guaranteeing you is that 90% of you watching this video, especially those of you that have made it all the way to the end, good job. 90% of you are gonna fail, and that's actually better than like a lot of other industries you could get in, right? The amount of people that go into college with the intention of becoming a doctor, it's way less than like a 10% success rate, right? I don't know what the metrics are, right? You can go look them up, but I would bet you that the metrics in Forex trading, like Forex.com and Oanda report their data publicly, 70% of traders lose money. So you could say, is there a 30% success rate? I don't know if I would call it a 30% success rate, because what is success? Not losing money. So if you're break even, would you call it a successful trader? I wouldn't. So I've lowered it down because there's some stats that show like only 1% of traders are profitable. I'm not convinced that's the case either. I'm convinced the truth lies somewhere in the middle. It's probably around like 10% of people are profitable. And I mean like profitable to where it's like, it's not like you made $1 per year, but like you're profitable enough to where you made something reasonable, right? You get to the end of the year, you're like, okay, I made 10K trading this year. That's good. I would consider that 1 out of every 10 people. Even if we just take 90% of people who are profitable in trading, 90% of people who lose money in trading, 10% of them are profitable. The people that go to college to become a doctor and actually go through all the college and then go to medical school and then do their residency and then become a doctor and then stay a doctor for a long time, right? This is like, we're in the diminishingly microscopic, tiny like percentage points. I'll just say 1%. Again, I don't know. Just go fact check me on this and go look for yourself. But trading, a 10% success rate in trading, that's actually pretty cool. Like that 10% of you might get profitable, even though I can't guarantee you anything, obviously, because I don't know any of you. But with that said, all I'm saying is go test this, go figure this all out on your own. If you want to watch me do it and see my analysis and stuff, I posted on my Telegram channel for free. You can join that link in the description. And if you want to follow my exact trades that I take and see all the win streaks and see all the losing streaks and see how it all comes together year after year after year, then you can subscribe to my group. It's called MFX Nick's Trades. There's details about that in the description of this video, and you'll probably see me post about it in Telegram at some point. I probably post about it in Telegram at least 1 to 2 times per week, so you'll see that there. But go check the Telegram channel so you can see all the analysis and stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, good. I'll see you in the next one, maybe. And if you made it here to the end of this video, let me know in the comments. More of you made it to the end of the video in the last video that I posted than I actually thought, like that I actually realized. Because there was a lot of you saying that you made it to the end of the video in the comments. I know there's such a tiny amount of people still watching to the end of these videos. I just think it's really cool that like I take the time to record this whole video and there's a percentage of you still watching and still listening. I just think that's really cool. So just let me know. And then if you do let me know, I'll look for that. Just put like, hey, Nick, made it to the end. And then if you want to ask a question afterwards for like the first 24 hours, I'll go in and I'll try to respond to all of you who said you made it to the end of the video. And then you ask a question afterwards. So that way it's like everyone else who just watched the first minute and leaves a comment asking a question, but they didn't even watch the damn video. I just won't respond to them, but I'll respond to you guys, because those of you who are actually watching all these videos until the very end, and joining the Telegram channel and seeing all sorts of stuff like that, you guys are literally the ideal people that I want to be working with and teaching how to trade, because it shows that you guys are doing a way more work than most people who watch, the first minute and click away, or the first 5-10 minutes and then click away. The fact that y'all are still here, a lot of y'all are probably in the Telegram channel. A lot of y'all also end up becoming clients. You end up becoming a part of the community chat where we all hang out in MFX Nick's Trades. It's not something I promote or market, but it's something you can buy if you're already a client in the Nick's Trades group following my trades. We offer you the option to also subscribe to the community as well, where you can chat. I love working with you guys. I love talking to you all. It's a really cool experience. So if you're still here listening to all this, again, you're in this such diminishingly small percentage of people who are actually taking something like trading seriously. And for that, I congratulate you. Hope you have a great rest of the day. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.